Buenos dias. It's Jalen here with you with the LOL podcast. And before we get started with our podcast today, I just want to go ahead and mention you can go ahead and follow me on TikTok and Instagram at Jalen_Jaleisha. So to get into our podcast today, I really want to talk about how social media and our friend groups really affect the way that we project in our life and everything like that. So to get into it, I'm an avid TikToker. Okay, I watch a lot of TikTok. Unfortunately, I spent majority of my days, especially when I was working at a office job, because we were able to work like be on our phones and stuff because we had a lot of downtime. A lot of time on TikTok and whatnot. Even now, I spend a lot of time on there, and I should not. I need to actually limit my screen time and read a book. But I just want to say this. Some people's lifestyles and businesses are not yours. The things that other people go through and experience are not yours. And a lot of people on social media like to put their bad experience of what they put out. And it's very easy because it even happened to me and affected me. It's very easy to accept what happened to them and be like, oh no, I'm applying that to myself because all these bad things are happening to everybody around us. Like, no, I'm not going to do that. I want you to know that you are the exception to the rule, and why you should not let what happened to someone else affect your reality. And I want to state this because it's very important for you to realize that you are living your own individual life. There are people around you, but in all seriousness, we are literally our own person experiencing our own experiences that don't relate to anyone else. And since we are experiencing our own experiences that don't relate to anyone else, you can't take into account what has happened to other people because that has happened to them. Now you can project it to happen onto you, unfortunately, if you believe it so much that you have to do that. And a great example I can give you is about dating. So, everybody's talking about how dating sucks, and I even got stuck into this, and I was just like, wait a minute. Am I only believing that just because that is what I am seeing in my reality, because I see that on TikTok and I see, people talking about it and everything like that. So, and I was like, you know what? That's right. That's a projection. So, in certain lifestyles, like if you don't live the same lifestyle of like somebody who's promiscuous or somebody who just lives a very free, wild, free life than you. And I don't mean like promiscuous in like a bad way, like sleeping with everybody. I just mean like doing stuff that they're not supposed to be doing. Then that would affect you, especially if you like that content. So, and who you follow on social media is a big thing, because who you become friends with does affect you. Who you have around you, who's in your circle, it does affect you. It messes with your money. It messes with what's going around with you. And for a while, I did not believe that until I came into a situation where I realized I was doing really well. And then all of a sudden I was talking to somebody who wasn't doing really well, and I was motivating them, being a good friend to them. And all of a sudden I started doing really bad like they were. And I was like, no, I'm not doing that. And I separated myself from that because I was just like, that doesn't work. Now, I went and I explained this to a trusted adult of mine because, yes, I know I'm an adult, but at the same time, there's adults, and that's my godmom. And my godmom, I told her the situation. She was like, yeah, I don't even know why you were friends with her. I was like, well, it's more because we've been friends for so long. And she was just like, yeah, I don't even care. Don't even go back to being friends with her anymore. And that is the messed up part. It's just like, you want to be friends with people and just be friends with them and think you can just be friends with them. Unfortunately, you can't, because what you allow in your life to project onto you is literally going to be your life. And I did know that. Yes, I did know that. I was very much aware of that. But I didn't want to believe it until I had to believe it, until I was shown that I had to believe it. And even that projection was proven right to me in my lifestyle. So I said, okay, if I want this certain lifestyle, I have to change the people I'm following. So I changed the people I was following. I got to change the way I dress. I got to change the way I talk to people, how I meet people, the friends that I hang out with, because who you're surrounded by really affects what you do with your life. And And people always tell you to like make friends who are higher up than where you are right now, because they're going to put you on, they're going to give you the examples that you need to be the best version of yourself. And projections are not always something that you see as projections. You just think, oh, that's just their situation. I want you to be aware, each and every person around you is a projection. Now that depends on what projection you want in your life. And what I want in my life, like I'll tell you my examples. I want luxury. I want to be more around content creators, even though that scares me because, and that's even a projection too, of being around other content creators, because other content creators, you hear stories about, oh, they're, influencers. They think they should get everything free. They're entitled. They're all of this. And it's just like, you know what? Like, if I am a true, authentic content creator myself, I just have to go into this assuming that there is also people who are just like me, creating content just like me, who are authentic and in their love their authenticity, and they want to connect with other people too, who are just like them as well. So I'm like, okay, let me change that projection. And like the way you speak to yourself, being around certain people, how they speak about themselves, how they go about, how they carry themselves can rub off on you, because you see them and sometimes you think, oh my gosh, this is how I can look up to them. Like, oh, they have this, they have that. Now I want this, now I want that. So that's why you need to date, make friends, position yourself around people who are on the level that you want to be or above that, because they're going to give you game, but they're also, just by them being like you being around them in their field, you're going to gain such a aura. Okay. When you meet people who have their shit together, okay, and they want you to have your shit together too, there are people out there in the world who will literally come up to you and give you whole game. I remember one time when I was doing Lyft, and I told this woman that I picked up that I was building my own business. And she was like, really? I'm an entrepreneur too. I own my own business too. And she told me what she did. And I was like, wow, that's so fantastic. Like, Lyft was a great place for me to meet a lot of people in walks of life and whatever they were doing. But it was just so interesting to hear her and how she was so willing to give the game out. And she was like, yeah, look me up on LinkedIn. Like, I'll help you out. I'll do this. Blah, 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 blah. Every time I've either picked up somebody in the Lyft or I've gotten a Lyft, I've always made a connection. One, I feel like because I'm so charming and it's very easy for me to talk to people. Like, I can talk to anybody, that I can connect with anyone, and I just always receive help from people outside of me, and they always want to help me. Now, my thing that I really got to work on is taking the help and taking the assistance, because a lot of the times I always feel like I can do it myself, but right now, my age, I'm just like, you know what? I really, really, really want to be helped out by people around me. So, yeah, I'm very happy that these things always happen to me. I'm always meeting interesting people who are business owners and this is how I know God is wanting me to go on the path of owning my own business, because he's always positioning me around people that own their own businesses, that want to help me elevate, that always want to put me on to something. And I'm so grateful for that, because that opens so many doors for me. And that's why a closed mouth never gets fed. Never be afraid to say thank you. That's why it's so important for you to surround yourself in places where you feel uncomfortable in a good way. If it makes you feel like, oh my gosh, do I even have enough money to go up here? Can I even do this? Can I even do that? It puts you at a better position in your life for you. So you don't have to worry about, okay, do I have to do this? Do I have to do that? Am I worried about this? You don't got to worry about that. And the fact that people are willing to help you just based off of you asking questions, talking to them, that's amazing. So that's why, you need to look at the people you have in your life, and you need to analyze and really be like, is this a person that I really want in my life right now? Because are they assisting me in becoming the best version of me, or do I feel like they're holding me back? Sometimes, majority of the time, they are holding you back. They really are. And sometimes you just have to, even me speaking to you right now, this is projection. But as you see, I'm speaking life into people. So that's why I do this, is because I know there's people out here in the world that are just like me, that are looking for somebody like me who gives out advice, who wants help, who wants to become the best version of themselves. That's honestly why God told me to go down this path, because I'm just like, you know what? I've had this great voice my whole life. I've been able to give out good advice my whole life. I've been a good person to, keep people on track, to be like, you say you was going to do this, do it. So I'm appreciative of my gift and what I'm able to help people out with. So, and I am that same person that literally, when somebody is like, oh yeah, I want to do this, I love giving out resources. Oh, I do. If I know a thing or two, about what you're going through or what you want, I'll help you out. I have no problems with that. But I really want to iterate how important it is to connect with whatever industry you want to go in. Like, one thing I used to do a lot when I was younger, which I still do to this day, is I use Facebook. So like content creator groups, or like when I was a wedding officiant, I was in a wedding officiant group. When I was a flight attendant and I was trying to get hired, I was in a flight attendant group. You are surrounding yourself by people who want the same thing. That makes you feel more feel like you have people behind you to help you be the best version of you. Even when I was on my spiritual journey and I got Facebook groups are literally legit. Like, those are great. Those are fantastic groups to be a part of. But sorry if I keep hitting the mic. I don't have any headphones on because I want to be cute. But it helped me align and keep aligned with what I wanted to do. Because I was serious about being a flight attendant. And when I told you, girl, I was in every group that I could be in. And when the moment I stopped being a flight attendant, I was like, dang, how am I in 20 flight attendant groups? Like, what the hell? But at the same time, I was very grateful that I was all in them, and I learned so much information. There's people will just give out information to you to give you resources and everything. So you have to position yourself in a way to where you can receive what you want and you can meet the people that you want. Even if it makes you feel uncomfortable to go out and meet the people, if go to a meetup or something, go to a social group for a dedicated, social media, or for, nurses, or for, I don't know, if you are wanting to be a flight attendant or something like that, you need to position yourself around what you want in your life. Do you want to figure out how to, even like YouTube? YouTube is a very good source because it has a vast array of videos on there from everybody doing whatever they want to do. And you can go on there and you can literally just indulge yourself in so many videos. Like, I really wanted to go on cruises and everything, and so I watch a lot of cruise content. I can't lie to y'all. I know I'm going to go on a cruise soon, so I just love cruise content. So I'll just allow the cruise content. It's on TV right now. Allow the cruise content to just come on, and I'm just surrounding myself, and I can feel the vibrations of vacation vibes. And right now I'm on vacation mode, and becoming a content creator, just in literally, I was watching all the videos I could watch, becoming a life coach, watching all the videos I could watch, because I'm serious about being this woman and being this person and being able to access this part of me. Even if you're not able to have friends like that, you can use resources like YouTube, Facebook. I literally would indulge and surround myself 100% with groups of Facebook groups of where I wanted to go, and I would get on Facebook all the time. I would be obsessed with it. My ADHD would go crazy. And that's literally how you manifest yourself into getting exactly what you want, because you're persisting in it. You're going to get it no matter what. Now, here's the thing that I really want to talk about, which is very important. Your mindset is everything. You have to believe in yourself so much that when people do come up to you and try to project onto you and leave you thoughts with things that have nothing to do with you, you need to know how to leave that alone and leave it where you found it. The thing that I am working on right now is I'll come across a lot of content that has nothing to do with me. Like I'm an ally to the LGBT community, but when a lot of that comes up about transgenders and transgender women and men, and it comes up about the issues that they have about dating, not saying trying to be mean, but I skip that because that has nothing to do with me, and that has nothing to do with what's going on in my life. Now, I know there's things that go on where men will go and date transgender women, or they'll go and be with the man and they never tell the woman, and that's for your own safety. If you have a feeling and you need to ask that question, ask as many questions as you can. If they are not honest with you, that is not your fault, okay? Just letting you know that. But I'm sorry, I'm not a part of that group. I know this is informational. but I'm gonna go ahead and skip that. And I know that's a big thing because that's something so big in our society, but like, I don't know what it's like to be transgender, and I don't need to know what it's like to be transgender because I'm a woman. I don't like saying cisgender because I'm a woman, but like, because I feel like, anyway, but I'm a woman, and I'm an ally, love my trans family, love them. I have a trans friend actually, and I tell her all the time, I'm just like, is it bad that I don't want to know like a lot of things? She was like, absolutely not. She was like, honestly, for you not to want to be in our business is protecting our business. I'm like, thank you. And that's how gatekeeping works. Is literally, that's why white people have such a hard time leaving black people alone, is because they just don't know how to get out from watching us, and why a lot of them have a lot of anger and animosity towards black people because they can't stay out of our business. Okay. But that's just an example. Even like things with men, when I see videos come up on my For You page, like I used to watch all the men talk and say things about, men should be doing this, this, and this, and I see nothing but women in the comments, and I'm just like, you know what? It is not my job as a woman to be a man's business. I'm gonna get myself out of it. And it's not, because why would you want an insight to men when literally you are living in your own universe with yourself and you can literally have anything at any time? You literally can. So that's why it's so important, especially if you're manifesting. Like, I'm a constant manifester. You have to get in alignment. You got to leave certain people alone. You got to leave certain situations alone. You got to scroll past certain things you see on social media. And that's very important that you do that, because it's important, because it allows you to listen to yourself and filter out everything else that has nothing to do with you. If it is not who you represent yourself as, if it's not who you want to represent yourself as in the future, don't even interact with it. It's okay to be an ally and to be there, and to know the basics of things that you need to know to help those around you, of course. But other than that, if it's none of your business, stay the fuck away from it. If that's not what you want to do with yourself, move the fuck around. Okay? It is so very important to align with what is best with you and leave behind what does not go with you. And I remember I heard that in 2023, when my ex-husband was still like going underways and coming back home and stuff. Was that 20? Yeah, it was. And I just started doing it. And I was like, there was a lot of stuff on my For You page about cheating and all of that. And I allowed that projection to get me. My friend, her girlfriend cheated on her. And I was just like, that got to me too. And that made me think, oh my gosh, is he cheating on me? And I was very anxious about that. And literally, when your thoughts create your reality. So when you have very negative thoughts that you cannot let go of, and I couldn't let go of that. But from the month of February on until like he told me, I knew I was right. And he was. And it was just like, and I had to realize, like, I think it was like 2024 when I realized that I created my own reality. When I started learning about manifestation, I created that. And I was just like, damn. I said, that's so fucked up. Even when I was having money issues, because I was just so angry that because I was yelling at God and my ancestors. I was like, give me more money now. Because I was so upset, and I was just like, where is it at? I was checking the 3D all the time, trying to see where my money is at. And I was yelling at them and saying, I need money. I got money. And I was just like, I manifested having money issues and not having to get enough and not being able to get by. And I'm just like, damn. And I don't think a lot of people realize how much your own life and what you choose affects your life so much. Yes, people in the 3D are in the 3D, but this is delayed. It's what's ever in here and in here that literally creates your world. Because again, you are one person, and the events and things that happen around us is things that we don't have to even accept if we don't want to. You don't. You can walk away from it. You can move away from it. You can say, that don't happen to me. Sorry to see that. And I know that sounds fucked up, but there's a thing that I've been wanting to talk about, and I got a few more minutes. How governments use controversial situations to cause realities. So if enough people are talking about it, it'll create an epidemic, So like, let's talk about the coronavirus. When the coronavirus came out, And they were like, yeah, it came from China and they're coming to the United States and it's here, here, here. Everybody's just talking about it. You know, at that time, I was not worried about it. I was like, I don't think it's going to happen. Literally, that's how I felt before it happened. I was not worried about it. I had no concern about it. I was going to flight attendant school. I said, nothing's going to get in my way of going to flight attendant school until the whole shit just shut the fuck down. And I'm not even going to lie to you, girl. Like, I was like, I didn't create this reality, but there were so many people who were so concerned, so scared about this disease that they created this whole reality for everybody else. Same with the hantavirus and the people on the ship and all of that. It's the same thing. They use controversial situations and get people anxious about it, get people talking about it, using social media, people using their talking points to talk about it. We can even talk about Love Island. And also, I'm going to let y'all know, the whole summer, we are doing Love Island podcast recaps. I'm going to let y'all know that right now. I'm so excited to talk about it. So I think this is going to actually like be my last video on just like personal stuff, because I am moving over to Love Island right now because it is a pre-Love Island season and I'm already watching past seasons to get myself ramped up. And we're going to start talking about predictions next episode. Okay. I cannot wait. But yeah, like even with Love Island last year, it was talked about so much. Nick, I'm going to be so serious. Everybody, like all the Nicolandria friends, at first I did not believe in Nicolandria. I did not. I'm not going to even lie to you. But when there were so many people who just believed it and you could see it everywhere. They were like, no, y'all don't know book romance. Like, you need to see this. Y'all need to see it. Like, it was such a big thing. And then that was created. And it was just like, I don't know. At that time when I saw that, I was like, I would have never thought this would have happened. That is how our reality is created. It doesn't, that's the thing, is like, it seems like it's such a magical thing. Like when we talk about it, it sounds so magical, but it's so just like normal in our reality. So that is why it's so important to surround yourself with people and things and situations that are aligned with the things that you say you want. When you need to be doing the things that you say you want, stop just speaking about it and be about it. I'm such a professional speaker. But yeah, and that's also why I do my podcast and stuff like that, and why I speak so much on TikTok, and why I give out so much advice, because I really do see myself as a life coach, and I really do see myself, and I have clients and stuff, but I really do see myself as a full-time life coach, a full-time content creator, a full-time go-getter, you know, and I don't have to do much. I love my job. Like, I feel like I don't have a job. I'm grateful not to have a job. And it's just like, this has literally changed my life, the way that I have viewed what is going on in my surroundings and what I want. And I'm telling you, as long as you are staying on track with yourself and you doing right by yourself and you are monitoring yourself, because when I tell you, you literally have to monitor yourself. You cannot slip back into who you were. You have to be who you want to be at all times and get used to it and tell yourself, this is my life now. That's what I tell myself every time I'm manifesting. Every time I want something to pop up, I'm like, this is it. Like, I'm going through a big life change right now. And I'm telling you, I'm like, this is my new life. It's easy like this. Like, hey, everybody, Jalen, y'all, get in line, because this is how it is now. And I have to keep myself here. And if I had a bad day, I can't let the bad day get to me. I got to be like, all right, it is how it is at this moment. But guess what? It's not like this anymore. We're going to get it together. Okay. Yeah. So that's that. Now, if you are wanting more content from me, you can go and watch my other videos on here, or you can go and follow me on TikTok and Instagram and keep up with your girl. Again, name Jalen_Jaleisha on TikTok and Instagram. And I also have wonderful e-guides and a workbook. If you guys are interested, the link is down below. If you're interested in coaching, the link is down below to my link tree, and you can go ahead and book your call with me. I think I have to update my schedule, but I will check on that. I have available dates at any time right now. I have a few dates booked up. My birthday's on Sunday, and next week I will not be posting any videos next week. It's my 27th birthday. I'm very happy, but I just want to come on here and tell that quick message of how you need to surround yourself with people who love you and people who are in line with where you are going and where you at. Okay. Stop being friends with people who don't even know where they're going. I promise you, they're holding you back. So with no further ado, this is goodbye, and I hope you have a good day. Bye.